Disney's The Lion King blew past industry expectations in its opening weekend.
That's right. Matt Perrin takes a closer look at the film in your Monday Movie Musings.
Welcome to another Monday. I don't think there was ever any doubt that The Lion King was going to roar into theaters this weekend and take the top spot, but I'm not sure who could have predicted how big it was going to be. Its $185 million take is bigger than the entire box office gross for the same weekend last year. It set several records, including largest release and largest July opening of all time. There were several others depending on the classification of the film, but suffice to say it definitely made a name for itself this weekend. Up to this point, I have managed to skip all of the Disney remakes, but in a move that I can only imagine was done just to spite me, this was the only release of the weekend. So I swallowed my pride, and here's my take on the not quite live-action reimagining of The Lion King. And I don't want to hear any complaints about spoilers for a 25-year-old movie. We pretty much all know the story by now, but our movie begins with the announcement of the birth of Simba, heir to Mufasa, the Lion King of the African plains. We see Simba growing up with his friend Nala and learning from his father. Being destined to be the new king, Simba hangs on all of his father's lessons and learns what it means to be a good king. However, Mufasa's brother Scar feels that he is deserving of the throne and manipulates Simba into visiting the elephant graveyard where he has hyenas lined up to kill the young cub. However, when Simba escapes, with a little help from Mufasa, Scar realizes they both have to go. He sets up a stampede in a canyon and gets them both there, where he is able to murder Mufasa and convince Simba that it's his fault and send him running. Fleeing the Pride Land, Simba meets up with Timon and Pumbaa, a warthog and a meerkat, that teach him how to live the easy life, avoiding responsibility and just living a hedonistic lifestyle. Simba grows to an adult lion living this new life. Back in the Pride Land, Scar has become king and has basically disrupted the circle of life, having overhunted and wasted the natural resources of the land. Nala, now a lioness, runs off searching for help. As the movie progresses, we see Simba and Nala find each other, and she tries to convince him to return to claim his throne. Simba has to deal with figuring out who he is compared to who he was and see if he's capable of becoming the king he was destined to be. So, what to say about this one? If the original cartoon didn't exist, I would say that this is a fantastic film. There has been a debate as to whether this is actually a live-action film or not. And to be honest, you can tell it's been done on a computer, but if you can do the old 3D picture art trick and relax your eyes, then I think you can truly enjoy the beauty of the film, because it really looks spectacular. One of the differences between this and the old cartoon is, as a kid, I didn't really pay attention to the fact that it was Matthew Broderick talking as Simba, but nowadays I can only hear the celebrity talking. So knowing Donald Glover as a comedian is kind of awkward hearing his voice come out of Simba. That being said, the cast does a really good job with, in my opinion, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner taking the cake as Timon and Pumbaa. Not many liberties were taken with this reimagining, pretty much a shot-for-shot remake, but even though they're computer animated, it's fun seeing the animals as they would look in real life. Strangely enough, though, I didn't feel that it hit as emotionally hard with the real-looking animals as it did with the animated ones, which I found odd, but maybe that's also because I kind of knew what was going to happen. So in summation, I'm still not a fan of these reimagined, quote, live-action movies and don't think they need to be made. But with the dollars flowing in, that's not going to stop anytime soon. And I think the young ones can really enjoy them. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
And thank you much, Matt. Appreciate it. Coming up next, Tyler, he's got a last look at the forecast.
That's right. ABC Columbia's News at Noon continues in just a few moments.